Welcome dear learners. This lecture on concept of sacred groves has been made a study based on the reference available. As groves are considered sacred or holy, they are often treated as sacred sites or sanctuaries. They are characterized by their association with rituals, ceremonies and beliefs that are deeply rooted in the cultural and religious traditions of the people who venerate them. At this context, the whole lesson has been made based on socio-cultural, anthropological as well as sociological aspects of sacred groves with some examples. Shall we now go to the topic? Dear learners, as objectives of this lecture, learners will enable to introduce the concept of sacred groves in social sciences, particularly to sociology of religion, to understand its role in society and culture in Indian context, to evaluate the different views proposed by various school of thoughts on sacred groves. A sacred groves refer to a designated area of land typically consisting of a forest or wooded area that holds religious or spiritual significance for a community or a culture. Sacred groves are usually preserved and protected by the community or religious group that considers them sacred. They are often seen as a place of connection with the divine or the spiritual realm and are used for various religious and cultural practices including prayers, offerings, meditations and communal gatherings. These groves are often dedicated to specific deities, spirits or ancestors and their natural elements such as trees, rocks or water bodies may be considered imbued with divine or spiritual power. Sacred groves and tradition. Sacred groves were often sites for making offerings and sacrifices to appease or honor deities or ancestral spirits. These offerings could include fruits, flowers, food or animals. The act of making sacrifices or offerings was seen as a way to establish a connection with the divine and seek favor or blessings. The groves served as places for prayer and worship. Individuals or groups would visit the groves to engage in religious rituals, recite prayers and seek guidance or blessings from the deities or spirits associated with the grove. These acts of worship were often performed in designated areas within the groves such as altars or shrines. Sacred groves are frequently associated with healing practices in indigenous cultures. Traditional healers or shamans may utilize the energy of the grove to conduct healing rituals or ceremonies. These can involve the use of medicinal plants, chanting, drumming or other spiritual practices aimed at restoring balance, harmony and well-being. Also, sacred groves often hold a significant place in the oral traditions of indigenous cultures. Elders may gather in the grove to share stories, myths, legends and historical accounts that pass on cultural knowledge, spiritual teachings and ancestral wisdom to younger generation. The grove becomes a space for the preservation and transmission of cultural heritage. The sacred groves act as ecological sanctuaries, maintaining a delicate balance within their ecosystems. The absence of human exploitation or alteration allows natural processes to unfold undisturbed. As a result, these groves often become havens for rare, endemic or threatened species. The presence of diverse flora and fauna in the groves contributes to the overall ecological equilibrium by providing habitats, food sources and breeding grounds for various organisms. And many sacred groves are associated with traditional ecological knowledge and sustainable practices. Indigenous communities have intricate understanding of the natural world and have developed sustainable ways of interacting with their surroundings. Sacred groves become spaces where these practices are upheld and passed down through generations. This includes the regulation of resource extraction, seasonal harvests, and the implementation of conservation measures that ensure the long-term health and productivity of the ecosystem. The sacred groves provide various ecosystem services that benefit surrounding landscapes and human communities. The groves contribute to water regulation by acting as natural water catchment areas and influencing local hydrological cycles. They help mitigate soil erosion, provide shade, and regulate microclimates, enhancing local climate resilience. The groves also contribute to carbon sequestration, mitigating the effects of climate change. And the sacred groves play a crucial role in supporting pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and birds. The diverse array of flowering plants in the groves provides abundant nectar and pollen resources, supporting pollinator populations. These pollinators in turn facilitate the reproduction of plants, including economically important crops in nearby agricultural areas. Sacred groves also serve as seed banks, allowing for natural seed dispersal and the regeneration of surrounding forests and landscapes. Sacred groves have protected and sustained local ecosystems. The sacred groves play an important role in ecosystem services such as the clean environment, air, soil, and water conservation, flora and fauna conservation, carbon sequestration, temperature control, and conservation of traditional knowledge. Around 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh sacred groves are reported in India. In Tamil Nadu alone, there are over 1,262 sacred groves are found. Different scientific reports reveal that these sacred groves can support and conserve different fauna and flora. In India, different religions have different traditions, beliefs, and rituals associated with the conservation of biodiversity and forests. Various communities in India follow nature worship based on the premise that all creations of nature must be protected. As a result, sacred groves still possess a great heritage of diverse gene pools of many forest species with socio-religious attachment and medicinal values. Sacred groves have played a crucial role in protecting and sustaining local ecosystems in various ways. Let us look with some examples. Habitat preservation. Sacred groves act as sanctuaries for numerous plant and animal species, providing undisturbed habitats where they can thrive. The groves often encompass diverse microhabitats, including dense vegetation, trees which offer shelter, nesting sites, and food sources for a wide ranging of species. Preventing deforestation. Sacred groves have served as natural buffers against deforestation. Communities that hold sacred groves in high regard often prohibit the felling of trees within these areas. This restriction helps curb deforestation and the associated ecological impacts such as habitat loss, disruption of ecological processes, and soil erosion. Conservation of rare and endemic species. Many sacred groves are home to rare and endemic species that may not be found elsewhere in the region. The sacred status of these groves ensures their protection and prevents the loss of these specialized species. Water resource management. Sacred groves often contain natural water sources as we seen in the earlier, such as streams, springs, or wetlands. These areas are protected from human interference, including pollution and excessive extractions. By preserving the water quality and quantity within the groves, local ecosystems are sustained, benefiting aquatic species and maintaining hydrological cycles. The groves also serve as important recharge areas for groundwater, contributing to the overall water resource management of the region. Soil conservation. Sacred groves play a role in soil conservation by preventing soil erosion and promoting soil fertility. The dense vegetation and leaf litter in these groves act as natural barriers against soil erosion caused by wind and water. The accumulation of organic matter and the activities of decomposers and soil microorganisms enhance soil fertility, supporting healthy plant growth and preventing soil degradation. Cultural practices. The cultural practices associated with the sacred groves often include sustainable resource management. Communities may have traditional rules and regulations that govern the use of natural resources within the groves, such as limited harvesting, seasonal restrictions, or specific rituals to ensure sustainable practices. Significant role of sacred groves. It is very much important in this lecture. Sacred groves often transcend religious boundaries, serving as spaces of interfaith dialogue and collaborations. They highlight the shared reverence for nature and the interconnectedness of spiritual beliefs with environmental ethics. Interfaith environmental initiatives inspired by the sanctity of sacred groves promote dialogue, cooperation, and joint action towards ecological sustainability and the protection of natural resources. The sacred groves serve as inspiring models for sustainable land management and conservation practices. Their existence challenges conventional approaches to land use, emphasizing the importance of preserving intact ecosystems and integrating cultural values into environmental decision making. Sacred groves provide examples of how traditional ecological knowledge, community participation, and reverence for nature can guide sustainable resource management and promote the harmonious coexistence of humans and the natural world. The next we will look the idea of socio-cultural aspects of sacred groves. Sacred groves have important socio-cultural functions in addition to their religious functions. Several festivals are performed at the sacred groves. The literature on this subject is indeed very vast, and detailed accounts of socio-cultural functions performed are described in several earlier ethnographic studies. Just to mention a few as illustration, Nath in 1960 mentions that once a year on the occasion of Deepavali, offerings of food and liquor are made in groves among the bills of Rathanmal. The next author Malhotra, Deb and Malhotra in 1997 report that among the tribal of Southwest Bengal, social gatherings take place in these groves on the occasion of Salui and Karam festivals as well as wedding ceremonies. Vidyarthi and Roy report that different tribes of Bihar celebrate their major festivals at the sacred groves. Marriage ceremonies of Mahadoi Kholi of Pune, district of Maharashtra, are held in their sacred groves. Fernandez in 1993 has stressed the role of sacred groves in the socialization of the youth among the tribes of Chota Nagpur. Festivals like Holi, Navratri and Dev Diwali are performed in sacred groves in Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. The association of a village with Jaharthan expresses the unity of group. No two villages share the same Jaharthan, and this serves as an important criterion to ascertain village membership and geographical boundary. Prananjay P. in 1989 highlights that the function of the sacred groves is to maintain a caste hierarchy within the village. The clan control over resources is symbolized by the sacred groves among the Mahadokoli of western Maharashtra. It is mentioned in Rai Bharman in 1996. Now let us look the salient features of sacred groves in a society. The features and functions of sacred groves are broadly classified as religious and secular in their functions. As a religious role, it has the functions of propitiations of deities or spirits, propitiations of ancestral spirits and propitiations of totems. For the account of secular, it is identified as cultural, which provides cultural space to the community as a common property resource. The second one is political, in which assertion of group identity, assertion of group solidarity, and establishing new alliances are found as main features. The third one, health, which has the capacity to be a fertility and paternity, well-being of individual or family, well-being of community. The fourth one, important point on economic, which may have the features of good rainfall, good agricultural productions, well-being of crops and animals, success in hunting and gift exchange. The psychological aspects of sacred groves hold moral support and guidance. The sacred groves in modern times. Sacred groves have gained recognition for their ecological and cultural importance, leading to increased conservation efforts. Government agencies, non-governmental organizations, and local communities are working together to protect and preserve these groves. Conservation measures include establishing protected area status, implementing sustainable management practices, conducting ecological research, and raising awareness about their value. And the groves are increasingly recognized as unique cultural and ecological attractions. They attract tourists and visitors interested in experiencing the spiritual and natural heritage associated with these groves. Ecotourism initiatives centered on sacred groves provide economic opportunities for local communities and create incentives for their conservation. Educational programs and interpretive centers within or near the groves help promote environmental awareness and understanding of indigenous cultures. In some cases, sacred groves coexist with modern landscapes such as urban areas or agricultural landscapes. Efforts are being made to integrate sacred groves into urban planning and development processes, recognizing their ecological and cultural value. Urban sacred groves serve as green spaces, contributing to local biodiversity, climate regulation, and the well-being of urban populations. Sacred groves that were neglected or threatened in the past are being revitalized through community-led initiatives. Local communities are taking ownership of these groves and reviving traditional rituals and practices associated with them. Such efforts not only contribute to the conservation of the groves but also strengthen cultural identity, community cohesion, and intergenerational knowledge transmission. Many countries have recognized the cultural and ecological significance of sacred groves and have incorporated them into their legal and policy frameworks. These legal provisions may protect sacred groves from encroachment, development, or destructive activities. Recognition at the national or regional level can provide a stronger foundation for their conservation and promote collaboration between indigenous communities, government agencies, and conservation organizations. Rapid urbanization and expanding human settlements have led to the encroachment and conversion of land, including areas that were traditionally designated as sacred groves. As urban areas expand, sacred groves often face pressure for infrastructure development, housing, or commercial activities. This encroachment results in the fragmentation, reduction, or complete loss of these groves. And agricultural activities, particularly large-scale commercial agriculture, pose a significant threat to sacred groves. As demand for agricultural land increases, groves are cleared to make way for cultivation, plantations, or grazing areas. The conversion of groves to agricultural land not only destroys the habitat and disrupts ecological processes, but also erodes the cultural and spiritual significance attached to these areas. Climate change poses a significant threat to sacred groves. Rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, and extreme weather events can disrupt the delicate ecological balance within the groves. Alterations in temperatures and precipitation regimes may affect the distribution and abundance of plant and animal species, leading to shifts in species composition or even local extinctions. Climate change also threatens the availability of resources and alters the timing of traditional rituals and ceremonies associated with groves. And changing cultural and social dynamics within communities can also contribute to the decline of sacred groves. As traditional beliefs and practices evolve or erode over time, the importance placed on sacred groves may diminish. Younger generation may be less inclined to uphold traditional rituals or respect the sacred status of these groves, leading to neglect or abandonment. The next important thing, the challenges and opportunities for the sacred groves, particularly in India. This ancient and widespread institution, as revealed by several studies, shows signs of weakening in terms of both cultural and biological integrity in many parts of the country. The nature and extent of threats and pressures are often region and even grove specific. The magnitude of these threats therefore varies from region to region as well as from one type of grove to another. In this section, we summarize the nature of the threats reported in the literature. First, we will look up the challenges. The reported threats can be grouped under the following headings and contain only illustrative examples rather than a complete enumerations. Commercial forestry. Over the past 2 centuries in many parts of the country, the local people have lost their customary rights to forest management to the government. Many sacred groves were destroyed by commercial forestry operations. Now, development projects. Some of the sacred groves that fell under government vested lands were destroyed when townships grew. Railroads and highways have also taken their toll on many sacred groves. Others were flooded by big dam projects. Shift in belief system. In some cases, conversion to other religions has resulted in the degradation of sacred groves. Now, Sanskritization. In many places, local folk deities have been and continue to be replaced with Hindu gods and goddesses. This has resulted in the erection of a temple in the sacred grove. Pilgrimage and tourism. The integrity of many groves with regional or pan-Indian character has suffered due to the influx of a large number of pilgrims and tourists. Removal of biomass. In many sacred groves, the removal of biomass and cattle grazing are permitted. The continuation of these practices over generation has resulted in the dwindling of the groves. Encroachment. Many instances have been reported where the groves have been encroached upon by local communities and or by various government line departments as well as by people migrating from outside. Modernization and market forces. The most recent threat to sacred groves comes from the process of modernization. Local traditions are being challenged by westernized urban cultures. The modern education system fails to instill respect for local traditions. As a result, the institution of sacred groves is losing its cultural importance for the younger generation of local people. The spread of the market economy has resulted in the denial and erosion of the separate identities of local communities. The lure of short-term commercial gains has prompted the destruction of traditional resource bases including sacred groves. Fragmentation and perforation. Many of the sacred groves are fragmented and perforated by roadways, the extension of power lines or reclaimed land for agriculture. Such fragmentation leads to the loss of species and the disruption of ecological functions. Now, we will look the opportunities point of sacred groves. Despite all the threats described in earlier, sacred groves are still alive in many parts of the country. Local people maintain these groves as part of their culture This fact indicates that there are ample opportunities for strengthening this institution. Places, especially Manipur, the institution has been revived in recent years. Elsewhere, especially in Rajasthan, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, new groves have been established. The concept has been extended, especially in Karnataka, to establish plantations of Pavitravana, means sacred forest. Groves have also been established around temples and schools. In Kerala, new partnerships have been developed among the grove trustees, NGOs and local people to protect the forest. In Madhya Pradesh, the forest department, in collaboration with local people, has fenced sacred groves. In Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra and Semeliguda block of Koraput district of Odisha, through the efforts of NGOs, networks among the functions of sacred groves have been created. An increasing number of scientists from different disciplines have studied various aspects of the groves. A lot more opportunities are being created to provide forums inside and outside the country in the form of workshops, conferences and publications for the exchange of views among wide range of people. International agencies like UNESCO, the World Bank and the Ford Foundation have included sacred groves on their agendas. The media is currently devoting a lot more space to this institution than before. The level of awareness among different sections of the population regarding the cultural and biological importance of sacred groves is increasing. Realizing the cultural, biological and ecological importance of the sacred groves in our country and the threats faced by this ancient institution, the Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Manav Sangralaya, means in short IGRMS, situated in Bhopal, has undertaken a number of activities in collaboration with many NGOs and academic institutions like the Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta, Center for Interdisciplinary Studies, Bharakpur, Department of Anthropology, particularly from University of Pune, Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, Kerala Institute for Research and Training in Anthropology and Development Studies, Kozhikode, St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, Applied Environmental Research Foundation, Pune, Indian Institute of Forest Management, Bhopal, Northeast Hill University, Shillong, Worldwide Fund for Nature, India and many others. These are all some of the institutions have been mentioned here, but many are there. The museum installed in 1999 on its 200-acre campus at Bhopal replicas of sacred groves from Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Maharashtra, Kerala, Meghalaya, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and as well as West Bengal. Plants from groves in these states were planted in their respected replicas on the IGRMS campus after a very careful selection taking into consideration the geoclimatic conditions of Bhopal. These groves were ritually established, accompanied by dances and ceremonies performed by the local communities of the respective states. These sacred groves replicas are meant to serve as living nurseries of ancestral and community identity, purity and longevity in the community habitats. An indoor exhibition has been developed on sacred groves using photographs, maps, charts, etc. depicting various aspects of sacred groves. A traveling exhibition has also been created during 1999-2000 using 67 panels of photographs and maps that it is mentioned in Malhotra of 2000 works. The objective of this traveling exhibition is to interact with the local people and different organizations to learn more about sacred groves in the country and to strengthen the diverse sacred groves related to local management practices and knowledge systems. It is to be noted that a 3-day Sacred Grove festival was organized in January 2000 involving 185 participants from 15 states of our India. The festival provided for the first time a platform for different stakeholders like grassroots level functionaries associated with sacred groves, foresters, scientists and media people to discuss various aspects of sacred groves, including the formation of a network of stakeholders, developing region or grove specific field based activities, publication of workshop proceeding, etc. This initiative is a part of the IGRMS effort to put in place an ecological history exhibition at the museum in Bhopal to demonstrate an important dimension of the natural resource management strategies adapted by different communities. This lecture, Concept of Sacred Groves, would have been a useful session to analyze the religion in sociology with the deeper understanding of sacred groves. I am sure that it might have given insight into religion and culture through views expressed by various scholars. As pointed out earlier, the lifestyles of community may be understood by receiving the resources of ethnic group who constitutes the whole knowledge system of a community. Further, it reveals all its lifestyles through its practices in relation to sacred groves. I hope you all enjoyed the session, which may have enriched your knowledge on sacred groves. Thank you and all the best.